What's good, YouTube and Twitch? We're live to Twitch only right now with an attack from Farfa's Discord here, where we have to go over the top 69 actual card arts that T-pose in Yu-Gi-Oh! And rate them S through D. And I haven't gone through all of these, but I already see an S tier straight out the top from the anime Nightmare Penguin. If you remember the Big Five arc, oh yeah, there's obvious reasons why this guy deserves to be S tier. And I'm going to be non-objective as I can, but Beatrice is also going to make S tier, just from being meta, from having her art not in gold rare here. Who else is around? Firewall Xyz Dragon, he gets a D, just for being so much more terrible than Firewall Dragon. Oh, Magical Merchant is technically T-posing. That's the good old boomers. B for boomer. Yu-Gi-Oh! Boomers for goats. Let's see here. This I was thinking at first wasn't too intimidating, but if you're a Texan like me, and you actually have walked through a cornfield, and you ran into this actually T-posing there, I think that's pretty scary, so it doesn't get a D. It gets around the C tier. Trisbania is a really good Yu-Gi-Oh! Card, but I don't give it a solid T-pose because the arms are down. I have to say that's a pretty weak T-pose there. I've got to give Trisbania a D on its posing. Herald, that's nightmare fuel for me enough. I'm going to put it in B tier. Where does A tier come in? I would say Ash Blossom's pretty solid A tier material. Got the T-posing going out, negating everything while doing so. Not bad. This is some nostalgia bait. Guardian Angel Joan, I think if you're in 4th grade and this set just dropped and you're staring at her, you got a crush. You got a small crush. You're going to go ahead and pay a little extra for that 2800 attack. Shadols, they got a structure deck. Even though Anoitos was only good against Nekroz, here that's a solid out T-pose with the nails. Oh, Nim Nim. Nim Nim's content's gotten so much better, and Nim Nim loves Moki Moki. I think that alone bumps it to B tier for me. No, it's so close. Chat, A or B tier? It's so close for me. I think it's so solid. You don't know what he's thinking. You don't know what's going on. There's just a question mark. Oh, this is solid S tier. That is scary anytime you see it. This is insanely S tier for Gamma. S tier? Not S tier for Moki Moki. I think it's a solid A. I think it's a solid A. I don't even know this card's name, so it gets a D. That's it for me. I don't know who that is. Now, Nia Aquamador. I was pretty hyped to see Aquamador just get more cards. It gets a passing grade. This is this card has a word that if I say its name, I get demonetized on YouTube. So for that, it's a D tier. Ojama Black, very solid. That's S tier. I'm sorry, Moki Moki. That solid S tier. Swift Scarecrow gets a B for its Dragon Ruler days. Pretty out there. Give in to your pride. Show me your greatness. A tier. I mean, is it really? It's a little raised for a T-pose, but it's decent. One of the worst Odd Eyes cards. That's a solid D. Barney, well, for being Barney the Purple Dinosaur, you get bumped to C. Oh, this is hard. This is A or S. A or S. This limited on release, basically. I used this, I believe, in my original Top Cut also. I've got to give it an A tier. It doesn't reach S. Original art, Lesser Fiend, gets a lesser score. I actually don't know what this card is named. I assume it's some Neo Flame Bill or something, so it gets a D. Ooh, bad structure deck gets a D. Alter Art Rebellion. Where should you end up? I'm gonna give you a C. This is some of the worst support for that dark era where everyone was getting dark versions. Dark Nephthys, definitely... yeah, D, failing grade. Silky Boy, DZ. So we've got Nim Nim and Moki Moki. We got DZ. We've got Farfa. All the Yugi Tuber cards ending up in here. I feel like I'm biased putting these three in A tier, but I mean, it is very intimidating seeing that across the table. Worst Mech Knight. Most overlooked Mech Knight. You know, okay, so this is a little bit of a beating on the chest. At the Yu-Gi-Oh! Nationals, where this mat was around, a lot of people were having the Yugi Tuber sign the Mech Knight mats, and it's like, who gets left with what Mech Knight? So, that's a solid D. Ah, yeah, Shadols. They have multiples, huh? Wenda goes in S tier, way above. I can't help it. I'm sorry for all you salty Sacred Beast players. This definitely gets a step above Swift Scarecrow for its moments in Yu-Gi-Oh! Most notably that recent Monarch mirror match. Siroko's a take-back. That's a solid B. Sirocco, Black Wings actually did something once upon a time, and when he was relevant, let me tell you, his T-posing did something. Now this is the Distant Coder card. I almost want to put this in S tier, because you're actually getting danced on if you're seeing this probably, but we'll give it A tier to go along with the other two. Where streamers deserve some notice too. It's just a prank, bro. How many of them are T-posing? 2? 2 or 3? Looks like 2. I'm gonna give it a solid B for the double pose. This was overhyped. I told people not to buy into it on a market watch, and it still got bought out time and time again. Crystron's, that's a solid D. I forget what this card's name is. It starts with a T, I think. This goes in D tier. This is a solid T-pose. This is actually a card, it's similar to Reflect Bounder, and I really wanted to make this card good forever, but just couldn't. So, just because of my nostalgia for this Xyz, the Chronomalies, Jesus Christ, it gets a B. Oh, a Kaiju. I'm literally thinking about making a Kaiju channel. How can I not S tier a Kaiju T-pose? It is a weak T-pose, but, you know, leveling a city is hard work. There's still so many. Debug would be S tier, but it got limited, so minus its 2 copies equals B tier. Solid logic, right? Oh, I wanted this Xyz to be good forever, too. Oh, man. It goes in the B with the tried to be good. Didn't quite make it. Does this really count as T-pose? Yo, Senju Pendulum Scale. That's a solid D. What happens when I fill up this tier? What happens? How do I add more? Tornado Dragon, that's easily S tier. That's a solid Xyz, solid T, actually destroying things while T-posing. That's a solid S. This is a solid A as well. Our Perform Age Hat Tricker. This card did so much. So well. If you've ever actually used its effect to gain 3 counters and go to 3,300, you're doing it big. Mermaid everybody wants banned. It's just because it's an insane enabler. I give it a B. Just for banned. Another Nephthys cards makes this list, huh? Oh, there's what's happening. Alright. The bad Nephthys cards all get D tier. I'm sorry if you're like a fan over in Duel Links land. It deserves it. A Mushroom. This is from like MRL or MRD. Just because you're old, even though I've forgotten you, you end up there. This card's also old. C for old. Rongo Bongo. B for banned seems like a consensus here. That's an intimidating T-pose, though. Man. Even if you're on the ban list, that's an intimidating T-pose. That's an S-tier T-pose. That is a T-pose that literally stops people from playing. So effect-wise and art-wise, it ends up S-tier. It has to. What? I don't know what that is. Alright, and a girl in a tutu. Alright, that's another solid fail. Oh, we can scale together. 1 second, sorry. Oh no, yep, scaled together. That's fine. This statue actually has, like, iconic purposes. Sorry, I don't know your religion. But, it's ancient. We'll give it a C. Just, don't persecute me, please. Constellars. Actually, if you didn't know, Zodiac Duelist, the name, means Duelist of the Stars and is based on the Constellar group. So for that solid reasoning, S tier. I don't know a lot of these remaining cards. We've got the Amorphage Ritual. Just for trying, you deserve a C. Like, you tried to be original and get out there and be creative with your Draco craziness. So, hey. This card's actually really good. I give it a B. So a lot of the Shadows are, T-posing, huh? I don't put this up with the other two, though. Gristia is, like, the left behind. You married into the family, basically. No one's summoning fire versions of the Shadows. Infernoids aren't around anymore. But you're actually a pretty solid effect. Hoshinjin, this is considered T-posing. This ends up in the 69. That's a solid S. C tier needs some more people. Melodious just for Echinosism. What else is a solid C? Doesn't this have like a fusion? This is actually a really good card. This goes into A tier. This was used in the Spiral combo with Utopia Kaiser under Master Rule 3. Rest in peace. This Super Heavy Samurai is also a very good card, so I give it a solid A. What's gonna bump C to its second tier? What's gonna be able to bump C here? I would say this is a pretty big failure of a Frightfur card. Ah, the Burn Time Lord. Literally taking half your life while T-posing. That goes solidly into A tier. Our final choices here, there's just not too many. We got a Cubic, so that goes towards C tier. We'll give Cap G a good old C tier for his Cubics. C for Cubics. This is one of those Sun and Moondragon support cards, isn't it? But it's not one of the good ones. This came out of that one premium pack that had Masked Hero Acid. So, for forgetting your name, generic plant support. This is a battery. Is this a D battery or C? I actually forget. Look at all the muscle. Yeah, this is a long T-posing list. This went further than it should have. And just for not knowing who y'all are, y'all end up in D tier. And do we fill up D tier? I say we fill up D tier, just for you being last. Overall, I think S tier is solid, right? I think my reasoning for S tier is completely solid with, you know, show presence, one of the big five, Beatrice, Omni Negate, Ojamas. How can you not? That's also show presence, but just the best Ojama, no matter who you are. Sorry, Rada. We've got Winda. They just won. A Kaiju. Back row destruction, ban list worthy T-posing, really questionable T-posing in Zodiac Duelist history. I think S tier is solid. But again, we'll actually link this down below for you guys if you want to show the biggest T-posing. And were any T-poses missed? Like I said, I have an honorable mention that, you know, doesn't make the list. Relinquish for his CGI T-pose. But these were only card arts specifically that are T-posing, and there happens to be apparently 69 in the game. Chrononaut for tier. Okay, you all need to chill out with Chrononaut. I love Chrononaut. I tried so hard back in the day. It's a good T-pose. It's even got background going for it, but because of my personal struggles, it ends up in B tier for me. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Remember to use my TCG Player link down below if shopping on TCG Player. Do subscribe if you haven't already and you enjoy meme videos from the stream. And again, if you enjoy the conversation, like the video. Thank you, Farfa's Discord.